In a small village in rural Hungary, Pál László was born in 1911 to a simple farming family. From an early age, he observed the stark social disparities between the landowners and the peasants, who toiled all day for barely enough to survive. These disparities caught his attention and awakened within him the seeds of anger and rebellion. As a teenager, László moved to Budapest to complete his studies. There, he became acquainted with the ideas of socialism and communism. He joined a secret Marxist student cell and began reading the works of Marx and Lenin, convinced that revolution was the only way to escape class oppression. In the 1930s, as the global economic crisis intensified, László participated in organizing workers' strikes. He distributed leaflets attacking the capitalist system and calling for radical reform. He was persecuted several times, and in 1934, he was arrested on charges of incitement against the state. He spent a year in prison, but emerged even more determined. With the outbreak of World War II, László found himself in an even more complicated situation. He refused to join the fascist army, which was allied with the Nazis, and fled to the mountains, where he joined an underground resistance of communists and socialists. He participated in sabotage operations against German supply trains and helped smuggle Jews and political persecutors to safety. He became one of the most prominent leaders of the communist resistance in the northern mountainous regions of Hungary. After the end of the war and the fall of the fascist regime, László returned to Budapest as a hero in the eyes of many. He helped rebuild the Communist Party, but he soon realized that the dreams he had fought for were turning into nightmares. The new regime began to veer toward repression and authoritarianism. He did not remain silent. He criticized the new policies from within the party and called for genuine socialist democratic reforms. But the regime could not tolerate his voice. In 1951, he was arrested again on charges of incitement against the socialist state and sentenced to hard labor in a labor camp. There, in the harshness of the mountains and under cold walls, he spent 5 years, during which his faith in justice never faded. He was released during the turmoil that accompanied the Hungarian Revolution of 1956, but afterward, he decided to withdraw from public politics and devote himself to writing. He spent his final years in near-total isolation, writing his memoirs. He published critical articles under pseudonyms. He never regretted his path, but remained convinced until the end that the struggle for justice never dies. Even if it is crushed today, it will rise again tomorrow. Pál László died in 1973 without fanfare or official honors. But today, decades later, his story is being rediscovered in history books, and he is seen as a rare symbol of a communist who remained true to his principles until the end.